guys, it's Abby or By the Angel Books, and today I'm going to be doing my January wrap-up and my February TBR. So in the month of January, I did really badly. If you watched my Rainbow-a-thon TBR, you already know I only read 2 books in the month of January, which I know is really not that great. Now this year, I haven't set myself a specific reading goal I want to get to because I don't like that. It gives me too much pressure. I like reading as an enjoyable hobby and I don't want to put that kind of labor on it, but I still would like to read more than 2 books a month. I feel like everybody in their January wrap-up's been like, it's such a good month, I read 11 books, and I'm just like... Anyway, despite the fact that this month wasn't very good for me, I am going to show you those 2 books and then I will get into my TBR for February. So the first book that I ended up completing in the month is Fitz by McCaughrean, which is just over 200 pages. That's why this is sad. These 2 books probably don't add up to 500 pages together. I actually did not enjoy this book too much. I will leave my video and Goodreads reviews below if you'd like to know why. I did end up giving it 2 stars. About this teenage boy who takes a gun to his father's head, who has been not present in his life, and basically forces him to spend time with him and love him and stuff, and it's obviously really problematic, but it seemed intriguing and I wanted to figure out what happened. But my expectations were definitely higher than the execution of this book. I didn't enjoy it at all, really. However, despite me not liking it and giving it 2 stars, if the synopsis does intrigue you, it's not very long. I'd pick it up. Just don't go in there with really high expectations. And the second and final book, sad, the second and final. Anyway, the second and final book that I read this month is The Opposite of Love by Julie Buxbaum, and I did really enjoy this. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars, and my actual video review will be up sometime this month. I will leave my Goodreads review below, which is spoiler-free, by the way. All my Goodreads reviews are. This is an adult chick lit novel about this 29-year-old lawyer who's it's kind of her self-discovery, self-journey story, and it's definitely not your stereotypical self-journey story, which I actually did end up taking 9 or 10 days to read this, which is a bit ridiculous for an under 400 page book for me, but you know, life happens. If you are looking for a contemporary chick lit novel that actually does have a little bit of depth, but you know, that funniness and that fluffiness as well, I definitely recommend picking this up. I got it at a used bookstore and wasn't expecting much, but I got a lot out of it. Now for my February TBR, which has 2 books that I've already chosen out, and one I will be drawing from my TBR jar. Even though that didn't go as planned last month, obviously, if you saw my January TBR and now my wrap-up, the book that I chose was not on my wrap-up because I didn't get around to it because I'm an incompetent human being sometimes. But it is on this TBR, and I still will be drawing one because I want to keep this up. It is the first year I've ever done draw one every month and try and get to it challenge, and even though I haven't completed it, I'd like to still keep trying because I like the idea of not necessarily just picking out the books, you know, getting to the ones that maybe don't get as much love on my TBR. I know it's only 3 books, but this is kind of ambitious for me because I'm also doing the Rainbow-a-thon. If you'd like to see my TBR for that, it's already up. Yeah, we'll just have to kind of see how I feel after that. I could either be really burned out from reading a lot of books or just in the mood, so we'll have to see. These are kind of iffy, except for one that I'm definitely going to finish before the Rainbow-a-thon. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm Rainbow. The first book I want to talk about is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. Obviously, I've already started this. I'm about halfway through, I want to say. So far, I am really enjoying it. Some tropes are very obvious and are annoying me, but I won't say anything because that would be spoilers. But overall, it's a pretty good novel. I went into it not knowing there was multiple point of views, so that was an interesting twist when I got to that. But overall, I've liked most of the narrators that we've heard from, and I think it's just been really enjoyable. I am kind of buddy reading this with a friend of mine. We just both happen to be reading at the same time, so we talk about it and it's great times. Again, the second and final book I have planned is The Haha by Dave King. This is the book I pulled out of my TBR jar last month and didn't get around to. I picked this up when I did that really big book haul because all the books were it was a grab bag for $10 and I saw it and the cover kind of intrigued me and the synopsis did too. So it hasn't been on my TBR too long, but I definitely probably wouldn't have gotten to it really quickly had I not pulled it out, so I am excited about it. This is about a man who I believe is rendered unable to speak, walk, and read and write. I think those are the things. I could be wrong. Basically, he can't do much on his own, and he feels really, really useless. It happened after a war, and he's just felt lonely and useless, and like nothing is going great in his life until his past friend asked him to watch her son while she goes to rehab, and I feel like it's just gonna be this really cute, like, father figure, son figure relationship, and I think it's going to develop nicely. I am excited for this.
Remember, they were bad. You showed me. I was about to say, I remember that father-son relationship or whatever. Dang, listening? He's dropping? You talk really loud and there's no noise in the rest of the house. Oh, sorry. Well, I have to, because in the videos... What? What'd you say? So I'm not yelling at you for it. I'm just saying, I hear it. Sorry. I remember hearing the father-son relationship thing yesterday, and I just heard it while I was waiting here for you. Yeah. For you to finish your video, so I was going to knock while you're making it. No, you're good. I have to talk louder. It's too quiet. Gets on my nerves.
Now to in this video, I am going to pick a book out of my TBR jar. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I'm actually really excited about this month. So the book that I picked out of my TBR jar is We All Looked Up by Tammy Wallach, I think. I would love to get around to reading this book this month. I want to say I absolutely adore the cover. Hold on, let me get it. Here's my book I have picked out, We All Looked Up. I love the cover of this. Let me tell you, I've heard amazing things about this story. It was like, it's always been in Barnes & Noble. It's like, what teens are reading now? Hot new reads, you know. Super duper excited. Hopefully I'll get to this one. Like, fingers crossed. So that concludes my January wrap-up and February TBR. I'd love for you guys to let me know what you read in the month of January and what you plan to read in the month of February. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to give this video a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe. But of course, only if you want to, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!